Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for being here today for our Cobblestone Collective co-taught lesson in Minecraft Education Edition. We are going to be doing our Timecraft Hour of Code 2021. We're so excited that you're here. And my name is Coulter, and I'm calling in from Toronto, Ontario. I'm with my wonderful colleague, Mary. Mary, maybe you can jump on and say hello.
Absolutely. Hi, everybody. Great to be here with you as well today. I'm from Brighton, Ontario, so I'm just down the road from Colton, about an hour and a half. Don't get together that often, eh? And we'd like to say as well today that we are actually acknowledging that for me, over the past 2 years, the land has been my centering post. I've been hiking and taking photos and spending moments just with natural sounds, and it's been wonderful. So I acknowledge that I'm presenting from the territory of the local people of the 1923 Williams Treaty, the Anishinaabe, the Mississauga, Haudenosaunee, and the Wendat people, on whose beautiful land I'm able to teach and learn and explore with you today. And I know that Colton, you're slightly down the road from me, so
we're on similar territories. I have a different treaty than you. I'm on 13A. I know our guest speaker today, he's also right down the street from me, so he's on 13A. So we definitely encourage you out there, if you want to learn a little bit more about your land that you're on, head over to native-land.ca and educate yourself a little bit. Find out where you're from.
Sounds good.
Perfect. So quick little shout out to Cobblestone Collective for funding and supporting these workshops for us today, as well as Minecraft Education and Microsoft Canada. Thank you so much for this and for allowing us to get into students' classrooms and be able to be in front of you today. Before we get started, we can hear and see, you can hear and see us, but we can't hear and see you. So we want to, though. We want to hear you. We want to hear from you. We want to communicate with you. So we want you to head on over to thecc.page/Minecraft2021, and you can communicate with us throughout our workshop today. Now, we just have a little icebreaker, just our first question, just to get you rolling and for you to put that link into your browser. We want to know, what is your favorite thing to build in Minecraft? What is your favorite thing to build in Minecraft? Now, I know Mary and I, we've been working a little bit together for the last couple years now. Mary, what is your favorite thing? I could take a guess. I could actually probably pinpoint what your favorite thing is, but maybe you get everybody.
Well, you know what? Yes, you could actually pinpoint exactly. Anything that's artistic is exactly what I love building in Minecraft. So sculptures, any kind of sculptures, making banners and all those kind of things. What about you, though, Colton? Oh my gosh, I did it, Colton.
It's 3 times. I didn't correct you at all. I didn't correct you because this is an ongoing thing. So I just let it roll. You know how it is, Mary. You know how I am with the Colton.
I know. Crazy. Oh my word. I'm so sorry.
You know, that's okay, Mary, because we have a bunch of people in our forum today. And if I mispronounce their name, I'm okay with it because it happens to me all the time. So I'm okay with it. And if I mispronounce your name, like, well, these ones are a little bit easier, like Logan and Brandon and Sierra and Jace, see that chime in and saying that they like to build with redstone. They like to build houses. I've got castles. I even have someone saying that they like to build a museum. Blake and who do we have? Austin. Declan likes cities. Shadow says she likes to build everything, which is awesome. What else do we have here? Do you see this is popular?
Oh, yeah, ginormous chicken with Nico. Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
So ginormous chickens. Thanks, Nico.
Yes. That's great. And I love too that somebody was asking as well. We got some people in here from yesterday. Good to see you guys. So Logan, thanks. And Braden was asking what my favorite hike was too. So anything out in nature, but right around us, we have some very cool places to go. We have Pressfield Park, and I loved going up the Bruce Peninsula. So there, that's nothing to do with Minecraft, but it's still fun.
And so I can see just before we take off to our next slide here, I see Miss Gabois' class. Peyton says he likes to build a cabin. And I can see that Peter really likes to do redstone traps. Peter, I'd love to see some of these redstone traps somehow. Maybe we could share it with your teacher and maybe she could tweet at us or something. I would love a redstone trap. Okay.
Sounds good.
We have an action-packed workshop for you today. We have a wonderful guest speaker joining us. Stephen is going to be on the call in just a second. and he's here to talk about how technology has shaped his career, his occupation, and his hobbies. And our whole goal this week is to talk about how technology and computer science, because it is Computer Science Week, is so important in our daily lives. So without any further ado, I think we should probably throw Stephen on the screen here. And let me just add him over. Hey, Sills, how are we doing?
Doing lovely. It's a great day today. I'm very excited to be here. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks for joining us. We know that we know a little. I know a little bit about you, but our audience really doesn't. So we'd love to hear about your occupation and just how technology has sort of influenced you and what you do.
Yeah. So, I mean, I wouldn't be able to run my organization without it. And I'm going to talk a lot about it in my presentation about how much art has intersected with technology to be able to enable me and our team to help millions and millions of students across the country. So I'm super excited today to kind of walk everybody through what my creative journey was like as I started to adopt new technologies along the way that would end up leading to the Student Life Network, which is the company I founded. So I'm excited. Thanks again.
Yeah. So the Student Life Network. So you're the founder of the Student Life Network, but I know you do other things as well, right?
Yeah, all kinds of things. Yeah, some of my favorite stuff outside of my day job is actually helping graduates find jobs in the creative services industries. So I work a lot with students who are trying to build their portfolios to get jobs at really great companies. So we help them with their personal narratives, their journey, all the different work they're doing, how to shape that work, how to network with people, how to attend events like this and tell their story and meet wonderful people who may change the trajectory of their life. And then on the other side of that, I play a lot of sports, play a lot of soccer, and I play a lot of video games, and I read a lot. And then the rest of the time is with my wife and my son, my 10-month-old son. So yeah, definitely, I definitely have a lot of things I do and stay active and love what I do.
Awesome. So I know you have a little presentation that you wanted to share with us today.
Yeah.
Do you want me to throw that on the screen in a second?
I can throw it up right now if that's okay.
Perfect.
That's great. And while you're doing that, actually, Coulter, Mrs. Kirkham's class, grade 2-3 class. So Sophia is saying hi from Toronto, Ontario as well. So they're right there with you.
Oh,
So.
Awesome. All right. I'm going to slide that over. Oh,
Excellent.
We got the, there we go.
The never-ending tunnel of image. Okay, so I'm just doing a little check that you guys can see the first slide. It says, "What is Student Life Network?"
We're on you. Yep, we got it.
Of course, I hide it. Sorry about that, guys. Okay, so as long as everybody can hear me, I'll get rolling. Over the next 15 minutes, I'll be talking to you guys about my creative journey, how I got here to speak to you today, and I hope that it inspires you to understand that being a creator, being a maker, being a coder is really a wonderful, wonderful life. And it's also something that I believe is a key ingredient to future success. And you guys are part of the next generation of creators. So I'm super excited to be talking to you today. I always like to do just a quick little intro about Student Life Network so you know you can put this in context, my story in context. But ultimately, about 10 years ago, we started the company with the goal to make scholarships more accessible to students. I read a really horrible stat when I was in school that said that like almost 65% of scholarships go unclaimed. So our original mission was to make sure that that number dropped significantly. So we decided to build our own scholarship network, which then turned into a network that would help do giveaways, resources, jobs, you name it. As we grew, anything that would help a student along their journey from high school to college to university to first job, we are looking to help you. And that was the entire premise and mission of the organization. It also gave me the ability to take two things that I love, art, design, and technology, and shove them together so that I could help people. And an average day, this is what my desktop looks like. So I use all kinds of different technologies and software. So everything from Adobe XD, I use all the Adobe suite. For my meetings, we use Microsoft Teams. For different project management software, we use Asana. We do all kinds of different code bases. So we have all kinds of bug tracking technology and QA technology. But my primary focus as the creative director is to work on our design system. And for anybody who doesn't know what a design system is, it's kind of what's going on in the screen right here, except if you break it down, really what it is a bunch of elements and components that make up the internet and applications you use. So everything from TikTok to Instagram uses a design system. So you guys are actually interacting with design systems all the time. And design systems are something that helps coders be able to build continuity into a product. So that way, as a user of a product, you're never confused as to what to do or how to use a product. So the experience is fun, it's delighting, and it gets you to where you're going with no complications. So my job is to take all of our data from our membership and figure out how they're using our applications, our websites, our apps, and build systems to make it even easier and faster and a better experience for them. And that always includes everything from typography to the padding and spacing, color palettes, buttons, input fields. It goes on and on and on. And when you basically take these elements and these components and you shove them together, you get these wonderful applications. And this is what I love to do. I love to take design, put it into take the form and function and shove it together with design principles and technology to bring ideas to life. I've always wanted to make an impact with the artistic talent I brought to the table, but I also wanted to get very good at learning how to help as many people as possible. And today, I thought it would be really cool if I went back in time to when I was younger, let's say elementary school, and sort of take you through my creative journey. Because I think you guys are at this point now where you're experimenting and exploring and you're trying to build all kinds of cool stuff and you're trying to learn. And you probably think, okay, I do this, I go to high school and then I'm going to go to college and then I'm going to get my job, because that's what I thought. And then I went through the process and I realized it's actually really messy being a creator, but it's a good messy. And today I want to tell you all about that messy journey to what got me in front of you speaking, because I think it's really helpful to anyone who's young, who's just getting into being the next generation of builders. And my story starts with this guy. So when I was in elementary school, my Nana used to take care of me when I would come home from school until my parents got home from work. So there was about a 2-hour window between like 3 and 5 o'clock. And I used to paint and draw with my Nana for those 2 hours. It was my favorite thing to do. And she'd make us snacks and it was just great. It was one of the best times of my life. And one day I got home and my Nana had bought me this book, which was Learn to Draw Mickey. Now, I had known about Mickey, but I never had drawn Mickey before. And then as you go through the book, you start to realize Disney has all these wonderful characters. So I became obsessed with drawing Mickey and all the other characters. And I really, really, really wanted to work for Disney. That was my childhood dream. I was going to do everything to be able to work for Disney. So I I drew and drew and drew, and I painted. And then I got to high school where we got our art classes. And I had a professor. He was this larger than life professor. His name was Mr. Griffiths. He was by trade, by his job, he was a sculptor. But anyone who loved art, especially as much as I did, we had a really good relationship. I would spend a lot of time, if I had a spare in between classes, I was in the art rooms working. I was either playing soccer or doing art. So I'd either be painting or drawing or playing soccer. And one day I was going into my art class. I think it was in grade 9, and Mr. Griffiths introduces a gentleman who is a Sheridan College student. And he says, this is Pat. He goes to Sheridan College. He's graduating this year and he's got really exciting news. He's just been hired by Disney Animation. Like, my jaw hit the floor. I have no idea if Mr. Griffiths brought him in knowing that I wanted to work for Disney, But it was the most exciting day in high school up until that point, and I couldn't wait to listen to what he had to say. And he did this presentation where he showcased all of his work at Sheridan and his experience and all the different things he created. His drawings were beautiful. He had matte paintings and background paintings and character drawings and all this wonderful stuff. And he showed little bits of animation. And then he said, okay, today, guys, while I'm here, we're going to draw hands. Because if you want to be an animator or you want to be an illustrator, you got to be able to draw hands. They're really hard to draw, and they're on every character. Everybody has some sort of hand or in character design. And he's like, we want to make sure we draw them accurately. And so I was like, oh my gosh, I don't draw hands very often. So the class gets to work, and we're all drawing. And he's walking around the class and he's giving people pointers and he's telling people, oh, this is really good. And then, oh, here's how you want to draw a thumb and you want to do it from this perspective. And I'm at my desk and I'm looking at my hand and I'm drawing it. And I'm trying to shade it, and I'm hurrying as fast because when he sees my work, I want him to see like the best version of this hand. And I remember him coming up to me, and it was like time slowing down. And it just like everything in my memory is like all in quiet. And he looks over my shoulder and he sees this drawing, and he leans down to me and says, those are really nice hands. And I was like, oh my God. And everybody in the class was looking over at me, and he just walked away. And then the girl that was sitting beside me, she was like, those are really nice hands. And I wasn't done at the time, but I remember going home and I said to my mom, hey, I drew hands today. And she was like, okay. And I was like, and a guy who works for Disney said they were really good. And she was like, wow, that's amazing. And I went home, and then I went and showed my Nana. And then from that day on, you couldn't get me to stop drawing objects that were difficult, painting stuff, anything I could get my hands on. Because at the end of that class, Pat, the student, he came over to me and said, listen, I hear you're really serious about coming to go to work at Disney. And I said, yeah, it's one of my dreams. I was on it. He's like, well, listen, keep it up. Keep working. Make sure you have a diverse portfolio. Try all kinds of things. Never just stick to drawing. Do painting. Try all kinds of different mediums and materials. Just keep creating, man. Keep as much as you can, and don't lose that excitement. Don't lose that experience. Don't let anybody derail it. And I was like, thank you so much. So that's what I did. I drew and drew and drew and drew, but I'd always find myself going back to Disney characters. So I would paint, and I would, that's Tarzan sitting on my desk lamp. And I would just spend all my time working towards my portfolio. And a few weeks later, a technology professor from our tech program at the high school comes into my art class. His name was Mr. Borghese, and he said, Stephen, I hear you're really into art. And he's like, I want to show you something in the tech wing. Would you mind coming with me? And I was like, no problem. I remember walking into the classroom, and it was full of these beautiful computers. And at the time, I didn't know what a Macintosh was. I'd never seen an iMac in my life. And Mr. Borghese said, Steve, I want to show you something. And he booted up the computer. And he said, now listen, this is only for seniors. But Mr. Griffiths tells me that you're really passionate about this stuff. And I wanted to show you Adobe Photoshop. And I was like, what's Adobe Photoshop? And so he takes me through it, and I'm blown away. I asked him if I could stay and test out these technologies. And then I found After Effects. And that's when I started working. And it was the first time in my life art and technology crossed. And I realized that I could build almost anything I could think of, I could build. And that got me excited because people up until that point were telling me, oh, you're such a good drawer. You're such this, you're that. Everything was positive, and I was getting all this encouragement. So I worked on my portfolio, put my portfolio together, and I graduated high school and got into Sheridan College. Now, the program I got into was called Illustration Design at the time. And it was arguably the hardest time in my life. I went from being the best in my high school to nobody at the school. I felt like everybody was better than me. And it was really hard. It was the first time in my life that I was running up against these obstacles as a maker and creator, and it was disheartening. And I was in class one day as a painting class, and I was working on this self-portrait. And my teacher's name was Ted Zorntos. And he comes over to me, and it was a self-portrait working on a lighting study. So the idea of like, how can you use multiple light sources? So cool and warm and all these different light sources. And he sits beside me and he says, Stephen, can I ask you a question? I said, yeah. He's like, this is your second year at Sheridan, and what do you want to do? And I was like, well, I want to work for Disney. And I was really hoping I could be a painter or a matte painter or an artist. And he was like, I could just tell he had this weird vibe. And he was like, can I be honest with you? And I said, yeah, of course. And he said, I don't think you have the talent to be a painter for Disney. And I want to manage your expectations. He's like, you're a good artist. You work hard, but like the best of the best get into Disney. The 1%ers, those are the types of students that Disney comes here and recruits. And I was like, oh, okay. So just like that, one person just took my dream and was like, nope, you can't do it. And I went home. I remember calling my parents. I was devastated. And my dad said something to me. He was like, the Silses don't quit. We keep working. And you have more to bring to the table than painting. And you're going to be just fine. Keep pushing. And I went to class the next day. And it was a layout class. And my teacher's name was Jill Dallas. And I asked her to talk, and I told her what Ted had said to me. And she said, well, to be honest with you, Stephen, do you want to know what you're amazing at? And I was like, what's that? And she's like, design. You are an incredible designer. You have so much passion and you bring the page to life. And I really think you should be take a look at the design program and the web design program specifically because you like animation. And because of what Jill said to me, I did just that. I shifted gears and I primarily focused on design moving forward. And I started a campus magazine called Travis, because at the time there was a Trafalgar campus and a Davis campus. And the goal behind this magazine was so that I could take design and I could showcase all the talent across the world or across the campuses to the world. And in order to do that, I built a website that would showcase the magazine. So the art and technology crossed again. Well, all of a sudden, people started to come to me to be featured in the magazine, and I got to network, and I got to meet all kinds of illustrators and designers, and I got to meet this photographer, Lewis, who was just a wonderful, wonderful guy, and he did the cover of this issue. And all of my favorite relationships, the people I was surrounded with while I was doing the work I loved, even though it wasn't drawing Mickey or Minnie anymore, I found this passion and this drive again. And I completely forgot about what Ted said to me. I didn't care because I found something I loved. I was building something I loved. And that led to me taking that team and launching the Student Life Network. So there was a couple people from Travis Magazine that I worked with. We convinced each other that we could go and build this community for students and provide them these resources. And we did just that. And we launched, and it's been an absolute dream job. And I hope you guys all find that builder dream job you want to do one day, because I did. But the cool part about this story is, remember that Lewis guy I was telling you about earlier in Travis Magazine? Well, it turns out that one of our salespeople ended up landing a pitch for Disney. He calls me and says, Steve, I need you to help me pitch for Disney. My sales guy has no idea that it's been my dream to work for Disney since I was a little kid. So we go into the Disney head offices in Canada, in Toronto. And as soon as I get off the elevator, I am so nervous and so excited. I brought my childhood drawings of Mickey with me that I used to do with my Nana, because I wanted to show them how much I wanted to work for this organization. And I remember getting in the boardroom, and we do our presentation, and the Disney team's there. And I said, how did you guys hear about us? And they said, well, there's a photographer we work with by the name of Lewis. We happen to be telling him about this project we're doing with Mickey and Friends, and we're trying to get to students. And he recommended that we call you guys. And my mind was blown. I remember I was shaking in the room, and they said, after speaking to Lewis, he was absolutely right about you. You are nothing but magnetic to this company, and we cannot wait to work with you. And I went home that night and I started designing my first Disney project. And it was called the Friendsgiving recipes for Mickey and Friends. It was part of this campaign where we got 6 student chefs from different culinary programs, and we built this website that would house their recipes, and we shared it out to our student audience so that they could take those recipes and have dinner with their friends remotely that year. And it was one of the most exciting moments of my career, and it came full circle, and I got to work for Disney. And it was super cool. And I'm super happy that I get to be here today. Thank you, Coulter, to tell you guys about this. But I want you guys to think about your own creative journey. because it is going to have zigs and zags, and it's going to be all over the place, and it's going to be messy, and you're going to get great advice, and you're going to get bad advice, and that's okay. It's part of it. Don't ever let anybody discourage you. Really what you need to do is keep pushing, keep creating, make sure you're always nice to people, and make sure that you don't quit. Keep going. It's all about perseverance. It's all about working on the stuff you love to work on. And I wish you guys the best of luck. And if you ever need help, or you want advice or feedback, or you'd like to be networked with somebody, please, you can contact me at any time at stevenstills.me. I would love to hear from you. I'd love to see what you're building, and I'd love to be able to help. Anyways, thank you guys very much. I will take this off the screen. Coulter, I'm sorry if I went over time. Thank you guys for this opportunity, and I wish you guys the best of luck with the rest of this. I will stop screen sharing. Where is it here?
Wow. I'm blown away. I see Mary. That was awesome. Thank you so much for sharing that, eh?
Oh, thank you. It was my pleasure. I was really excited today, and I hope the students got something out of it. And I really I love doing this. So thank you again. Thank you for the opportunity. It was fantastic.
So we have a chance right now. Sorry, Mary.
No. Go right ahead. Yeah, we have a couple minutes to be able to ask. Have the students ask questions, right?
If you have any questions you'd like to ask Steven, we have a moment with him still before we jump into Minecraft to just maybe. Well, I see some trickling in already. So I've got one here that Caden asks, what's the most meaningful drawing you've ever drew?
I guess it would probably be my first Mickey, because it meant so much to me to have my Nana do that to get me that book.
That makes sense, actually. Yeah. What drawing has taken you the longest to actually get to the point where you thought that it was where you wanted it to be? Because I know obviously in art, you're never finished something. It's always where you are on that creative process, right?
Yeah, I remember it was probably, there was lots of like the longest drawings are definitely from college, but I do remember a project in high school where it meant the most to me. And it was our end of the year, 4th year project. And we had to draw Mr. Griffiths. And I drew him with this massive dragon behind him. And it was like, I would like this big. And I would work on it, I would say maybe an hour a day. Half an hour a day. And I remember like shading the scales of the dragon and shaping it all out. I probably redrew it like 2 or 3 times before I really started putting it together. But I remember bringing it in and we put it up because everybody had to display their artwork. And Mr. Griffiths was like, wow. And just everybody in the program or in the class, he was like, would you look at that? He's like, I own a dragon. It was pretty awesome. It was fun. It was great to have such wonderful encouragement and an awesome foundation.
That's awesome. I'm blown away. We've got such great questions coming through. Mary, have you been able to find one? Or Mary, I know you're so artistic and such an art. I bet you have a question lined up too.
Well, I likely do, but I'll get one from the kids here first as well. I know that a lot of them are asking how long your journey took. They wondered, does your artwork as well, does that influence, have you ever thought of designing for video games and that kind of thing?
Oh yeah, absolutely. In fact, I just did, I'm not sure how familiar you guys are with NFTs, but I literally just did character illustrations for a video game. And the whole concept was you could create an avatar and switch up all the different assets on the character. So you give them hats, mustaches, glasses, whatever it might be. It was a project that probably took about 2 months. I co-collaborated with some people I work with, and you can actually go. Well, I don't know if it's live yet. Sorry, I shouldn't say that. But I know that when it is live, that kids are going to be able to buy those avatars and put them on their own characters. So it was a pretty cool project. But yes, I would love to work in video games. I'm obsessed with video games. Some of my favorite moments are with my nephews playing Minecraft. So I'm an absolute nerd for that stuff. I love it.
Nice.
Big kid.
That's awesome. I think we got time for maybe 1 or 2 more questions.
Okay.
I hope I pronounced it right. Kuran. I hope I got that correct. Again, I apologize, but they asked, how did you not get discouraged throughout your journey? Or if you did get discouraged, what was the best ways that you were able to combat that?
Well, I'm super fortunate. I have amazing parents. My parents absolutely refused to allow me to stop going after what I wanted. They would tell me what I needed to hear at the time. And sometimes it's tough love. Sometimes it's knowing that you're not always going to be told you're great. And it's a very important lesson. Sheridan was tough. Critiques were tough. You know, people are mean sometimes and not exactly constructive with their criticism. But I think that made me a better art director. I think it made me a better creative director with my teams. I got really good at learning how to give feedback to people so that it was positive in a way that would propel them forward in a project versus deflate them or take away their morale. And I think it's really important that you surround yourself with people who will be candid and honest with you, but they will not try to take you out or knock you down. Their goal is to make you better, and your goal should be to make them better. And that's great because that's the type of team and collaboration you want to work with. So you're not always going to get good feedback, and that's a good thing. You want to hear the bad stuff too. It's okay. And don't be scared of it. You're tougher than you think. I promise you really are.
Oh, that's great, Stephen. Yes. And there are lots and lots of questions. I mean, even I know we're at that time, aren't we? So
Okay.
just with all the digital artwork that we can now do, what is your favorite drawing medium?
Recently, I've been experimenting with the Apple Pencil and the iPad. My niece is obsessed with drawing, which is great. So I draw with her on the iPad. And yes, we draw a lot of Disney characters. Her favorite character to draw now is Raya from the new Disney Pixar film. So we do a lot of drawings, and I've been using the Apple Pencil a lot and the iPad. But my favorite medium is still Sketchpad. It's still a pencil and paper. I actually really like a type of pencil. It's called Conte because you can get really nice shadows and thick and thin lines with it. But you can actually replicate it on an iPad, which is pretty cool. I use a technology called Procreate. And that's the drawing application I use on the iPad. But I'm sure there's all kinds that are really great. That's just the one that I was introduced to.
Yeah, for sure. Oh. All right, Colton. Colton.
Cool.
Colton. You know what? Okay,
you might as well just change the name. I love it.
Well, Stephen, thank you so much. I mean, I'm inspired, and I'm sure kids out there are inspired. And I can see from our forum here that it's just nonstop engagement with us. So thank you so much for being here.
Please reach out to me anytime. If you guys have all kinds of questions, I speak to students every day. I love it. So whether it's on LinkedIn, whether it's on Twitter or Instagram, whatever your platform of choice is, I'm on all of them. But if you just start at my website, which was thestephensills.me, I'm happy to reach out or to reply to anybody who reaches out and has a question. So thanks again. Really, this is awesome. Okay, guys. Have a wonderful rest of your day, everybody, and good luck with your coding.
Awesome.
Take care.
Thanks, Stephen. We'll talk to you soon, okay?
Okay, buddy. Thank you again. Bye, Mary. Nice to meet you.
Nice meeting you too. That's great.
Okay. That was awesome, eh?
Yeah.
What a great, I know. What a great guest speaker. Hey,
oh my gosh.
So I'm so happy that you folks were out there, were able to experience him and get a chance to meet really nice and genuine people as well. Little fun fact, we're from the same hometown, so we go back a little bit, which is nice. But I'm so blown away by what he does and what his journey's brought him to. So how it connects to technology. Like sometimes we don't think about that, do we? That everything is just sort of connected. And what a guy. What a great.
I love. Yeah, that's all coming through too with the artwork and into digitally as well. It's amazing. All right.
I think it's time. I know Liam's in the chat here, ready to go. He's telling us, "Let's go, Coulter. Let's get some coding started." So, how about we do that? Let's go to code. Let's get ready to code in Minecraft education. Today, we're going to be coding with blocks, which is awesome. All right. We have lots of different things that we can do with block coding, and it's a really great way that we can begin our journey in coding and coding programs and coding games. So let's log in. If you have a username and password, head on over to Minecraft, sign in with your education account, click on Hour of Code, and sign on in. And once you click on Hour of Code, we're going to click on Timecraft 2021. Now, if you do not have a password or username, that's okay. Mary is going to walk us through how to do that.
Absolutely. So if you, oh, you got my screen. Thank you. So instead of signing in, because I can't sign in, we are going to do the demo lesson. So it's perfect. It takes us right there. So I'm just clicking down below. I'm going to accept the terms because this has been made for education. If you want to look at them, go ahead. But I'm just going to hit play and get it all started in the exact same place as where everybody else was as well. I'm going to be unlocking the full game. So that's the bottom block here. So I'm clicking on unlock the whole thing, and I'm not signing in.
That's okay. It might take a second to sign in. And if you do, that's okay. Sometimes it takes a little bit to load and everything, and yours might be going faster than ours.
That's right. And I'm just going to try because I'm going to start the lesson. I normally unlocked, but oh, there we go. I'll say start lesson this time. I'm sorry about that. So I'm still coming right on and through to Hour of Code as well. So yes, if you went through and you hit full lesson, that took us back out to having to sign in. I'm sorry. So just hit lesson plan on the top. And here we are. Okay. So everybody's gotten to here, I'm sure, already. We're going in and we're creating a world. So click up on Create World in the top right. And it all starts. The magic. And those people that were with us yesterday, you're going to like be totally ready to whip through our very first challenge as well that happens, because this is amazing. Yesterday, actually, Coulter, we had Drew with us. He was one of the team that helped to actually program this this whole thing as well. It was really cool.
That's
all right.
Awesome.
So we're going to start with right off the bat with being able to read on the screen every time. It's going to be showing us things that we have to see and do. So we're going to be able to press the button that we see there. So I'm just going to, why am I not able to press my button? Oh, there's why. All right. So I just have to make sure that my crosshairs are on the button and right on click. And Coulter, you have the tricks for everybody for if they have something other than a mouse as well.
Yeah, if you don't have a mouse, the right click is what we're going to be using today. But if you don't have a mouse, maybe you're on a Chromebook, you can always snake bite it, 2-finger tap your trackpad. Maybe on a Mac computer, you can also do that. If you have a touch screen, just type in that button is. And we're going to be looking for a lot of buttons today, aren't we, Mary?
We are. Yeah, tons of them. They're everywhere. And so it's going to come up with our welcome. We are here and we get to get started. So as soon, this is what I love about this program, what they've done for everybody to make it simple for those people who are doing this for the very first time. So I'm going to move forward because it says press W to move forward. So I'm moving forward, whack. I love hitting that wall. I'm going to press A to move left. There we are. I know I'm already wanting to move forward, so I hit that W again. I'm going to hit D to move to the right, W again to go forward, A to go left, and here I am back on track, and it's giving us another command. So now I'm going to hit my space bar to jump, but I can jump. That's great. But if I want to go forward, obviously I'm hitting the W as well. So I get to climb the stairs with the W as well. And hopefully, I don't know, it's interesting what fingers people use as well, for all of these. But I'm getting into yet another button. So here I am right-clicking, and I'm at the control center.
Now, Mary, if you press the letter H, what happens if you press the letter H?
Yeah. So if I hit the letter H, whoops, I have to come out of here first. Sorry, Tara's just
okay, let's talk to Tara first. Tara, this is important. Let's talk to Tara.
Sure. So Tara is saying that, hi, I'm Tara. I operate the control center here at the Institute for Major Time Errors. Ooh, something's going wrong. Choose a time agent to help you on your mission. All right, I'm going to hit next. Oh, and this is where, yes, for today, we are doing blocks, because if you go and do one of the other sessions another time, they're actually going to be using Python. But for today, our time agent is going to actually start off with blocks. So click on that one. And I can pick my time agent. And then as Coulter said, I'm going to come out here and show you H down in the bottom of my screen there. If I hit H, I can see all of those commands. So everything is there to remind me just in case I forget, which for me as a professional beginner is a really good thing to remember. All right. So I get to choose one of these lovely time agents up here in front of me. There are 5 of them. They all have a name. Did you know that Rascal, Yeti, Gremlin, Banshee, and Pixie, they all have something that's in common with where they're standing? You know what it is, Coulter, I know. Rascal?
Other than the alliteration, like the red rascal, is that what we're saying?
Yeah.
I love a good alliteration. And actually, you know what? I find in general for this timecraft, the creators are quite funny with this. I love finding the little hidden eggs with like the puns and the jokes. And it takes a second, but they're so creative. And so Mary, I'm feeling like we should do, I have yet to play with the blue banshee. Do you think we could do the blue banshee?
Ooh, sure we can. Yeah, let's do blue banshee. Okay, so I'm right clicking on him again.
Now, does it make a difference what character the students out there choose? Can they choose whatever character they like?
They can choose whichever one they want. They'll slightly go to different places possibly as they're going through, like different things happen to them in the game, which is amazing too. But for sure, they can pick any of those characters. So now it's asking me, I want to deploy my time agent. So I'm going to actually press C to start my coding. And up comes what we're going to be seeing. And this is where we're going to work all day today. Work, play, whatever we want to call it, right? You've successfully deployed your agent. This is the code builder window that you'll be using to start coding. And really important, green button down in the bottom right. So when we click on that, everything gets started. Oh, great choice. Look at that. Follow me to the time agent test area, and we're going to start coding. All right. So this is what I really, really like, is that when I look around, wow, I must be standing on somebody. When I look around, I actually see the little white lights that guide me. And it's so nice to have
Mary, I was talking to a Minecraft developer this morning. We were on a call. And he told me that they actually call them sparkling breadcrumbs.
Oh, that is so neat. I'm going to remember that. Thank you. Sparkling breadcrumbs.
He had this Irish, he was from Ireland. He was on our call today. He was from Ireland. And he had this wonderful Irish accent, and it just sounded amazing coming from him. So every time I hear, just such a good little term that they use. And and it's what all the Minecraft programmers call it. So it's a common term, just not to us muggles, I guess, right?
That's right. Exactly. Oh, that's so cool. So this is really neat too, because they've given us a talk device to help us out as well. So here's the talk device from Tara. And I really like this as well, because to use it, it's in my hot pad. Am I correct on that word, Coulter?
I would say it's a hot bar.
Darn. Okay. My hot bar. I like it. All right.
You're getting that street credit though, Mary. You're on your way.
I'm on my way. Okay, so across the bottom of my screen, as you can see there, I have 9 spaces. And right now my talk device is in number 1. So I can either scroll with my mouse, if you have a mouse, and get across to it, or I can actually just press number 1 and I'm there. And lo and behold, you see it in my hand. So I'm going to right click and get my my talk bar happening here, or my talk device starting. So press start activity when you're ready to begin. This will call your time agent and you can start coding. So I'm going to use my talk device for hints as I'm going along. Is that right, Coulter?
You're correct.
Perfect. All right. So, all right, I'm at the testing area. Connection was successful, and we're going to test the agent now. So I'm going to use code to move my time agent forward 3 blocks. And I think this is just a test, isn't it, Coulter? So we're just seeing how to do this.
Yeah, so what I would do, Mary, is I always like to do I do a few things. The first thing I always do when I come up to a challenge is I press the letter C, and that allows me to see the blocks that I can use. So, Mary, are you able to maybe make that nice and big for everybody? Could you click your little hamburger on the left hand, the 3 lines?
Oh, sorry. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Sorry.
Let's go. Yeah, there we go. So I love coming in here and seeing what's in my toolbox because it just lets me know what type of code that I might need to write. Now, this one's really simple. And the reason we go over this nice and slow is so we can show you how we might do it, how you might do it a little bit differently. And that's okay. But we have some good hints and tricks and tips to help you out. So I encourage you to follow along with us. But if you want to go at your own pace, totally fine. So I can see what's in my toolbar. I can see that that's I only have one option for line of code. Now, Mary, if you clicked on that X, can you click on the X? Yeah. Now, if you walked right up to your agent, we know that we have to move it forward 3. So what I would always do, and whenever I code, which is pretty much daily, is I get a piece of paper and a pencil. And I get my piece of paper and my pencil ready, or a pen, or maybe you want to work on your computer. So you open up a Word document or some sort of program where you can type on your computer. So when you get there, I know that I can just write my algorithm out. So I can see my algorithm. So when I go back into my coding screen, it's really easy for me to see. So I'm just going to write F3 for forward 3. I don't need to write the whole word. I'm just going to write F3 down so I can remember. And now, Mary, if you press the letter C, I'll let you finish off the code because this is a pretty introductory one, right?
Oh, absolutely. So I'm actually going to be moving my agent forward 3, as Coulter was saying. So I don't need to change the forward part. Although if you look here at the little triangle, I could move the agent different ways. And that's going to become important in our next, when we start getting into the challenges as well. But I am going to change. I don't want to go forward by just 1 block. I want to go by 3. So I'm changing that 1 to 3. And that's our test, and that should be pretty well where I'm at. And if I look up here in my little light bulb question, it's telling me I should have used drag agent move, which I did. I used that into the on start and changed the number from 1 to 3. Now I'm going to press the green play button. So easy peasy down here to the right corner, and let's see how it works. Oops, and there it is. He made it. All right, so we've done our test. We're good. No time to lose. Let's follow me to the timeline computer to help fix those time splits. All right, Tara, let's go. Oh, look, it is the sparkling breadcrumbs. I think you said as well, Coulter. Shall we go? Oh, yes, let's do it. Off we go. Oh, here we are. Timeline computer. A time split has been detected. That means that something has gone wrong in time. Oh, my word. You and your time agent must travel to these time splits and fix them. Ooh, I can hear myself twice. Press the button on the timeline computer to select that first time split. And the lovely people have made it very obvious. But with that thing there behind, it looks like a kazoo to me. So maybe there's something. Oh, I hit the wrong one. Sorry. I'm going to move. Oh, and this is the other thing I've got to remember. Right now, I still have my talk device in my hand. I need to take it out. So I'm just going to go to number 2 for me. And now I'm back to just my hand. Go on over and it lights up. You can see there's a black line around the button when you know you're close enough as well. So there it is. It's pushed. Superb. Follow me to the time pod and begin your mission. Oh, the breadcrumbs, the breadcrumbs. I would have loved to have been there for somebody that is from Ireland. Oh, my word. Okay, you can use the time pod to travel to the time split. We only have enough power, though, to travel 3 times. So that means I can't make any mistakes, right? So let's make each time count. We can do this. All right. I'm going to move forward, but just before I do, I think I turned on my sound. And just to remind people as well, right? We're talking through this one. We're not going to be talking through some of the others. You're going to be working on your own time. But if you need to be listening to have had Tara read this to you, you can use the Immersive Reader, which is the green button right here. And that will give you all the words. You just press the play button at the bottom.
Now move toward the time pod and press the button to open it.
Okay, and obviously that can happen as well. So we're going to get our mission briefing as we go in the time pod.
Mary, I love how when you press that book, you also, out there, students, you have an opportunity to translate it to a different language if you'd like.
True
So
enough.
a lot of different languages out there. And so when we go into this and you click on, when you click on the book with the speaker, you have an option to find out to translate it to a language of your choice if you'd like.
Shall I show that?
Let's show them just in case.
Absolutely.
So it's up there on the right. Yeah, the right book there. If you clicked on the book, and then you can click on select your language or translate, and then you can see there's a plethora of languages there, right?
Beautiful, eh? Yeah, it's amazing. That's such a great feature. Thanks. That's great as well. Okay, I'm going to come back out of that. All right. So this is our mission now. In this time split, a soon-to-be famous jazz musician has lost their prized trumpet and is using a kazoo. There's where the kazoo comes in. Their influence on the world is disappearing. Oh, no, we cannot have a world without jazz. Music's too important. Travel to New York City, USA in the 1920s and save jazz. Absolutely. I'm on it. Oh, now that you've been briefed, enter the time pod and press another button inside to travel through time. Fix the time split and search for clues as to who is causing all this havoc. Good luck. Here we go. Inside. And there's my button. Let's jump. Cool. Oh, here we are in the jazz club.
So it's your turn now. We're going to go and complete the first jazz band challenge. Head on over. Make sure that you can get in there. And we're going to walk you through it. But if you're going at a different pace, you can always pause us and play us at your own speed. So don't forget about that if you need a little bit more time, feel free to give us a pause.
You betcha. All right, because it doesn't have the same.
Are you booed off stage again, Mary?
Yes, it's so sad.
I love when these NPCs have some dialogue with you, and then Tara's going to give you that sort of introduction. And every challenge that we go to, Tara's going to be there. So always make sure if you can't speak to Tara, Tara's not talking to you, and you don't know what to do, you might just have to move around the room a little bit to activate Tara.
Absolutely. And it is bad. I mean, anyways, you're not wanting me to talk through this one, right? I'm just.
No. Let's talk through this one. This is our first one.
Okay.
So let's.
Good. Okay. Oh, that's perfect. I thought that you were having them do it. Okay. Wonderful.
No.
All right. So
get them through the first one, I think.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I love that. So this is really bad, Tara says. If the musician can't find his trumpet, jazz music may never exist. And we all know, Elvis never would have happened, all that kind of stuff, right? He was influenced by jazz. There's all kinds of definitely musicians now that are influenced too as well. So Tara's detecting something belonging to the jazz musician behind a wall. Start the mission by using your talk device to talk to your time agent. All right, here we go. So I got to get my time agent, my talk device back into my hand. And let's find out what is going on. Press start activity when you're ready to begin. This will call your time agent. Perfect. You can start coding and use the talk device for hints to help you solve as well. All right. Ooh, cool. So we've got the wall released and I saw the trumpet over there. So you've revealed the location of the jazz musician's trumpet. Use code to move the time agent through the maze and collect the trumpet. Okay, very cool. So just before we start coding, I could do as what Coulter was saying as well, and I could take a look and kind of see how much he has to move and go up and down and all through to get over to the trumpet, which is really cool. I'm also going to
help you out with this one, Mary. Can I help you out? Because I've been looking at it, and it looks like we need to move forward 3, right? But remember what I said earlier. I love pressing the letter C first to see what's in my toolbox.
You betcha.
So I can see what's in my toolbox, and it looks like I only have 2 different lines of code. One is the agent move forward, and then the other one says agent collect all, which I'm guessing we have to do that at the very end, right?
Right. Yeah, I think so as well.
So if that's all that I need to move, let's exit that screen there, and let's write our algorithm.
Okay, and I'm trying to see here, just a second. Can I make that go back smaller again?
Yeah, I think you press that one, and then you can flip the window as well.
So that's what I like to do as well, is to actually flip the window so I can see where he's at to start with. So if I didn't have a piece of paper to write things down on, I can actually start that way too. So you're right. So I'm going to go.
If you're not allowed to do that on your computer, that's okay. It all depends on the size of your screen. So I'm guessing that Mary's got a pretty big screen in front of her and she's able to do that. But your computer might be a little bit smaller, and that's totally fine. That's why we use that pen and paper, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I really love the fact too, that what I can do is test it as well at any time, right? So that's kind of cool as well. So I think I'm good though with the 1, 2, 3. Now I know I'm going to move up by 1 as well. So now I'll put that one into here, and it does have to click in. I know that we've had a lot of people now starting all the block coding. So you just have to make sure that that goes right where matches into the yellow, and it'll click right in there for you. So I'm moving up 1. Now I'm going to go 1, 2 forward as well. So I'm going to put that into here. And I bet you already have yours all written down, don't you, Coulter?
I got there. I didn't get as far. That's as far as I got, Mary. Sorry.
Oh, is it? Okay. I'm going to flip the window over because I can see what's happening here as well, which is good for me.
Well, you know what, Mary? Why don't we test it out? Why don't we see where we're at? Why don't we press the play button where we're at?
Absolutely. That's a great idea. Woohoo! And now we can see as well too, which is great. So yes, so I know I'm going to go D2 because I'm going to go down 2. I'm going to go forward 3, and I'm going to go up 2, and then we'll try it again as well. Okay, so I'm going to go back into my code here. All right, so I'm going to go. Oops, down there. So I was going forward. I'm going down this time. And change my number. I'm going to go forward 3. And hopefully we have our students out there doing the same thing, and you know, they may have gone the other way. They may have gone down instead of up the very first time, right? It doesn't matter. They're still going to get there. All right, I'm going to check this out and see what's happening now.
Uh-oh, Mary, I know what you did.
I know. Well, guess
what? To restart the activity, Mary.
Exactly.
How do you restart the activity?
So if I go back into my top device, I can actually, I need to be on my top device, first of all. I can actually go in. There's Tara. Oh, she's so helpful. You could restart the activity for me. Thank you very, very much. And I'll wait for the hint. Actually, I will show the hint right now too, because it actually is neat to see. The sparkling breadcrumbs. They're there again.
Mary, are you able to move just a little bit closer to that screen so we could see it a little bit far back from maybe it's just my older eyes. There we go. That's perfect.
Yeah, absolutely. See that? So I've actually, what I've done so far is followed along through there, which is great. But now you're right, Coulter. I will go back and actually reset the activity, which puts my time agent back at the start again. So I'll get that in. And can we see him? Yes, we can. All right, let's try. Oops.
Yeah, you should be good. Let's press the letter C. There you go. Let's play it out. Let's see what happens.
Oh, so far so good. That's amazing. Okay, let me finish it off then. I have to go up 2, and I have to go forward as well. All right, so let's put our up 2 in here. Up 2 and forward. Bye. Looks like 2 to me as well up on top there, which is great. And then, as we said, right, we have to do that final thing. So I have to collect the trumpet.
Now,
so
Mary, before you even do that, can you take that line out? Because it looks like we're pretty good. I feel pretty confident. And what happens is if you complete it, then the challenge is done. I want to show students one last thing. So maybe if we can go back and restart the activity.
Restart it again? Sure.
Yep. Restart it. Perfect. And then press C, and we're going to code it. We'll see how far we go to make sure that we're pretty much there.
Okay.
I think we did pretty good here. Yeah, so we're there. We just need to collect it. That's the last thing we need to do. But Mary, I saw when you right-click your talk device, it says number 2. Can you show us what hint number 2 does?
Oh, absolutely.
So it says there, when you click on hint number 2, it says check code for a code to debug. Now, if you press the C button now, you're going to see that the code that you wrote, the beautiful code that you wrote, Mary, is going to be completely different. So could you make that big screen for us, Mary?
Sure. What?
So now you've got this code that it looks pretty similar, but I can see right away that you've got agent move forward by 2. Does that say agent move forward by 2?
Yes.
So I think that we can change that because we need agent move forward by 3. And this is why it was important that I wrote it down and I have it on my piece of paper. So I have that, and then I have agent move up and agent forward 2. That's correct. Agent down 2. Oh, we got 3. So we need to edit. There we go. And then agent forward 2, agent up 2, agent forward 2.
Oh, so it just gave the whole entire code, but you just had to find the little mistakes this time.
I had to find the mistakes. I had to debug this. And that's what coding is. It's about making mistakes and finding the problems that we've done and going back and changing it. So now it looks like we should be good. Don't press play yet, Mary. Let's exit out. Let's reset the activity.
Okay. Absolutely. Oh, my word. Oh, my word. All these things. This is great. There we are. We're set. Okay. And now, go.
Let's run it. Ta-da.
The jazz musician says, thank you. How I've missed my trumpet with all my heart. Let's see how they like jazz now. Absolutely. Bit of attitude from Mr. Jazzman. I like it.
I wonder if any students can figure out who that character is. Who's the most famous trumpet player in the 20s? I wonder if they went and did a little bit of research and found out who that was.
Right.
So,
well, we'll wait and let them put that in as an answer in on the document. We'll come back
I love
to that.
that we can do a little bit added research on these things, right?
Exactly. Yep, exactly. So amazing. You've repaired this moment in time. The future of jazz music is saved. Thank goodness. Thank goodness. But now it's scanning. Oh, a secret detected. Okay. My scan has revealed a hidden button somewhere in this area. Search the area from top to bottom for a button and then press the button to gather more info. Okay. So somewhere around here, oh, I see some breadcrumbs. I think I'm going to follow those because they just...
After every challenge that you do, you're going to need to find the button and reveal a secret room. So the first one, if it's unfamiliar, they always give you those sparkling ones. Now, after this, you won't get those breadcrumbs, and you'll have to go on a little bit more of a scavenger hunt. So
nice.
keep that in mind.
Okay, so I'm going to click. Oh, I found the hidden button. It appears a secret room has been revealed. Oh, wow. It must be the culprit's hideout. Go to the room and search for clues. Absolutely, man. A room. Oh, there's the room, and there's my breadcrumbs. Okay, what is this? It looks like our culprit is a time agent. Oh, very, very clever. But who? We'll have to get to the bottom of this. Remember this clue, and we'll discuss your findings when you return to the control center. When you're ready to leave, use your talk device to return to the timeline computer. All right.
All right, Mary. I've written down Pixie, and I've written down Gremlin. So
have you? Okay.
I've written them down so we can remember, and we'll collect those clues, and we'll figure it out.
Excellent. Okay, well then let's end our mission and go back to Control Center.
Perfect. So we want to hear from you. Have you successfully completed the Jazz Band Challenge? Were you able to complete that? Let us know in the form at thecc.page/Minecraft2021. Let us know. And if you didn't and you need a little bit more time, that is totally fine with us. We encourage you to pause the lesson and spend some time finishing up that challenge and then join us again. All right, Mary, back to you.
All right. All right. So we are back. The images of the time agents that you found must be a clue as to who is causing the time splits. Oh, based on the evidence you gathered, which one do you think is causing all of these time splits? All right. Which one do you think, Coulter? We'll go with your choice this time. I'm
going to go with Gremlin.
Yeah, I think so too. It just sounds like gremlin,
Yeah,
right?
a little
Gremlin.
cheeky. Sounds like he's gonna be a little cheeky, right?
Yeah, exactly. Perfect. Understood. We'll keep a close watch on that time agent. Based on the data I've gathered on your previous mission, I've detected the next time split. I've done my best to display it on the larger screen above the timeline computer. All right, well, let's go back to the timeline computer then and follow the breadcrumbs. Here we go. Oh, look at that. I think that's a pretty big, obvious clue there.
That's one that they want us to do. Now, if you don't want to do that one, you don't have to. And that's totally fine. You can choose one of the other time splits to complete. We want you to complete it with us and alongside us. Because if you run into problems, you can ask us questions in that form. But if you don't want to choose the dinosaur one, that's totally fine. You can grab a different time split and complete that time split. But for today, Mary, I think we're going to complete the dinosaur, yeah?
Okay, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I haven't gone into this one, so this will be really fun. And Mrs. Bridget's grade 5 class said that most of her class has finished. There's a couple that are still coding, but it won't take them long, I'm sure. So that's cool. All right, so let's go down the stairs. Dun, dun, dun. I love we had a student on there also using my dun, dun, dun. So it's perfect. All right, here we go. Go to the time pod. And now I know my way to the time pod, so I'm all right. Oh, there's my... Here we have, who's blue? Banshee, isn't it?
Yep.
I like that they have those. All right, pressing the button. Okay, interesting. In this time split, it seems that these long-necked dinosaur necks have shrunk. Oh, my word. There must be a clue left behind as to what happened. I've located a dig site where paleontologists are discovering dinosaur fossils. Travel to North American wilderness, in the 1800s, and uncover this mystery. Wow, yeah, they, they're not going to be able to eat. I mean, that's what they normally eat is the tree leaves, right? So how can they eat if their neck's too short? Oh, dear. Oh, enter the pod. I have 2 more jumps left. Here we go, jumping away. And here we are. I love it. I love it. Actually, I always love looking as well to see how they've actually coded this entire world as well. It's just beautiful. It appears, says the paleontologist, that the creature we have uncovered has had quite a short neck. They must have climbed trees to eat their leaves. Oh, there you go. See, we said they've got to get up there, man. Look, the dinosaur in the dig site is missing its neck bones. The culprit must have stolen them. We need to put those bones back in place. Start your mission by using your top device to teleport the agent to its starting location in the dig site. Here we go. All right.
So head on over to that dig site, and there's that right click to start your activity. So click on that start activity, Mary, and we can get rolling.
All right, let's see where the dig site is. Oops. I have the time agent in place, and let's use some code to get those neck bones back. All right, so where is...
Down to the right there, I think, Mary. Head over to the right and head on down.
Yeah, this way?
Yep. And head left a little bit. There we go. There's the dig site. They're excavating there. Yeah. And head on down. And let's check out the first thing that I love doing when I check out my code. I press the letter C so I can see what type of stuff are in my toolbox.
That's a great idea each time too. I really like that.
So there's my toolbox. It looks like I've got an agent move forward, which we're very familiar with. I've got an agent place button. That's kind of new. And it looks like I got forward. So it probably means that I can agent place down, agent place up. I can probably do those with my parameters. We call those parameters. Yeah. And then what's the other one? Agent destroy.
Destroy.
And it looks like I've got some parameters there as well, like agent destroy down and agent destroy up. Not that we need to do up, and then we have a repeat code. Ooh, a repeat code. That means probably if we find any patterns, we might have to repeat it. So let's get into it, Mary. We got to keep an eye on our time today, and we got to try to keep it under the hour. So let's get into it. And when we're trying to write code, we don't want to be too fast, but we want to work smarter, not harder, right? So we want to make sure that we get our piece of paper and our pencil. And Mary, if you walked up a little bit closer, I'm going to help write out our algorithm with you.
Okay.
So if we look at our player there on the left-hand side, there's our agent, and it looks like it needs to move forward 2, right? And then it's going to have to dig down to dig on that because we're digging, right? And then we need to, it looks like I think we need to place down. But Mary, could you give us a hint? Let's right click and let's see what the hint says.
You betcha.
Yeah, so I think the hint is just telling us where to walk, which is great. That gives me a good idea. So
it is, yeah.
I think we should go forward to, dig down, and then even place down.
I think so. I think, yeah, we're going to have to put a bone in there, right?
Yeah, and then if I did that, and now this is abstract me, I'm just visualizing it. It looks like if I put my finger on that screen, it looks like I have to move 1, 2 more. So forward to, dig down, place down. And then I don't know. Let's test this out, Mary. Let's press C and let's do one line of code and see what we got.
You betcha.
So I got forward to.
Okay.
I got dig down.
So destroy. I like the destroy word.
Destroy down. Sorry, destroy down, not dig down. And
That's
then place down.
Yeah.
All right, and I think I got that twice. Can you repeat and put that in there one more time? Not a repeat code. Let's just let's rewrite that again. Yeah.
Okay.
Let's just make sure that's the pattern that we're looking for.
Okay.
Destroy down, and then place down.
Sure.
Awesome. All right, let's press play, and let's see what we got.
Sure.
All right, we're on the right track. I think we got this, Mary. I think we're on the right track, right? All right, so reset the activity. Let's right-click, reset them.
Oops. Yep.
Awesome. And let's get back into our coding screen. So it does, and I think what I've written down here, Mary, is forward to down, dig down, place down. Forward to, dig down, place down. So I'm going to actually just make my screen nice and big here, Mary, and show our audience what I am working on. Let's see how I can do that. There we go. So this is what I've done, right? I've got forward to, dig down, place down. Forward to, dig down, place down. Forward to, dig. And I got it 4 times there. Oh, let's go there. I got it 4 times. So I even wrote at the top times 4. So I think, Mary, what we can do is do that repeat code.
Sure.
Let's bring that repeat code in. Now, if you left it there, Mary, do you think it would run the repeat, or do we have to have that little Pac-Man mouth eat it up for us?
Yeah, no, it needs to have something inside, right?
It needs to go inside. You're right. So maybe grab the whole code and put it in there. Will that work?
Woohoo, it does. Look at that, La.
Now, if I repeat that, though, if I repeat that 4 times, I feel like it's way too much. Do you think we need to shorten the code a little bit and take away those bottom 3 lines?
Well, yeah, because we did that so that we could see that it did it twice, right? Yep. So I can just throw them out.
That works. Yeah, that works. We wanted to repeat it 4 times, right? I got 4 times here.
We do, yep, because there were 4 of those bones that were missing. So, and you did that on your paper. We saw that on your paper too. So that's great.
Perfect. So this is a great one because I think it's getting us to practice this repeat code, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Great little introduction one. Now, if you needed extra help, that's totally fine. You can press that light bulb at the top. You can also, Mary, if you want to exit that screen, you can also do that hint number 2.
Oh, yeah.
And try to debug. I'm feeling pretty confident with our code there, Mary. So maybe we want to debug and show the kids how we might debug.
Okay.
Let's do it. Let's see what happens. Okay, let's press C. Let's see what the code gave us.
Yes. What is it going to try and make us do now? Aha.
Not too bad, right? I think it's given us a good hint. How many repeats? Does that say 4? Repeat 4 times?
It says 3. So
3.
We need, so we definitely need to change that back to our 4, right? Because we were doing it 4 times. Yeah. And we don't want to place up. We're going to want to place down. So we'll put that back in there as well. And that's great. I mean, yeah, as you said, we could have done it and seen exactly what would have been happening, right? But I think our friends at home in their classes are clicking into this pretty well.
Yeah, I think so too. And I think it's great that we get to debug. I love debugging things because it practices resiliency, it practices perseverance. So these are great skills that I know your teachers are out there trying to teach you to do on your own. It practices editing. Remember when your teachers said, go back and revise, go back and edit your writing. I'm sure they were telling you to do that because they knew you were going to be coding with us today. And they know that you need to go back and revise your code.
That's right. I am just gonna do this with one of them wrong, just to show, right? Like it's kind of cool. So just run it. So here he goes. And that was still with the code, with the block up, right? Instead of block down. So yeah, so we would have seen that again, we missed something, right? And so it's reset and we throw it in. And I know we'll just get that in there properly and we're all set to go. Beautiful.
So, Mary, I saw when you did your time device there. If you want to exit out one more time,
Sure.
If you really got stuck there, you could always right-click your time device after both hints and solve it for you. We don't need to solve it because we think we did it. But if you need to, it's there for you because we want you to succeed. We want you to have fun in here. And we don't want it to be super painful, maybe a little painful, just like what Stephen talked about today, right?
Yeah.
About getting that feedback. And it might not always feel good, but you're able to work through it. So being able to practice this in a nice environment like Minecraft is a great way to do it. So let's roll our code, Mary. I think we're ready to save our dinosaurs.
I think so too. Man, I feel his neck. Yeehaw. There we go. Oh, this creature actually had a very long neck. It must have used it to reach the leaves on the tallest trees. And again, what kind of dinosaur are we talking about? We know that now. Oh, did we get some people telling us who was the jazz musician at all, Coulter? Did that come through? Two things to think about now. I'm just wondering. Oh, no, I don't see anybody that has said to us who the jazz musician was. And now we have what kind of dinosaur that was too, that has the long neck.
Yeah, these are just little fun tidbits. So
absolutely.
Feel free to do a little research when you have some time. But my guess is, Mary, they're pretty into the Minecraft world. They don't want to go anything else.
Exactly, right? All right, I gotta go I have to find my secret.
Yeah, after every challenge, you get that secret detected, you get that button, and we're gonna search the area. So if you have a second, you're looking for a gold button, and Mary, I can see it. I can see just the side of it.
Yes, I did too, off to the side there on the left. So there was my bones over there. Yes, and I've gone up into here. Here we go. Boom. Fine. Oh, I heard the room opening. All right, let's see where the room happens is. Where is it?
It's a little tunnel down there, I think, Mary. I think that room opened
right. Go down here?
Yep. Yeah.
Ooh, oh, look at that. You found the secret room. Take note of those time agents. All right, let's see if it's still Gremlin for us.
See if Gremlin left some and the Yeti. I don't know. I don't remember the Yeti. The last one was the Yeti. I wrote it down. So
no, I think it was Pixie or somebody. I don't remember. Yeah, but Gremlin was there last time. Yeah. Okay.
Gremlin's making the repeat visit, eh? So let's end that.
Perfect. So I'm going. Yeah. So I've gone in my talk device and I'm now ending the mission, so I can go back up to Control Central. I love it.
So we want to hear from you. We heard from Zach earlier that was working through the first puzzle. Thank you, Zach, and Brady and Ryder and all those other Haley and Jamie. Thank you so much for chiming into our forum and letting us know. So we want to hear from you. Did you complete the paleontology puzzle? If you did not, that's totally fine. You can pause this lesson and join us again in just a minute. So back to you, Mary, in Control Central. You are going to select, I'm thinking we're choosing the Gremlin again, right?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I think it has to be Gremlin now. All right, we're keeping a close watch on that time agent. I don't know if any of you out there are doing Gremlin, but nasty, all these things. Based on the data, I've detected the next time split. I've done my best to display it again on that large screen above the timeline computer. Let's go get it.
If the timeline computer isn't what you want, for example, this beaker, I love a beaker, but Mary, I've been looking at the Mona Lisa all day, and I want to make the Mona Lisa turn the frown from upside down. right? I want to change that from the Mona Lisa. So head on over. Let's do the Mona Lisa for the last one for today.
Well, especially since she's an art, this is an art day, right? It's an art day.
It's on theme. We had the other day on one of our calls, we had our dinosaur. We walked through the murals of the dinosaur area in the ROM museum. So we had that. So now we had the dinosaur talk. Now we have the art talk today. I love it. I love that we're connecting all of this.
It is great. Okay, so we're going to see Mona Lisa has lost her smile. Oh, and she even has two little tears there. Traveled to Italy in 1503. Wow, it's hard to believe she lived that long ago, where Mona Lisa was being painted. And who was the famous artist that was painting her as well?
That's a little research for students out there. Who painted
the Mona Lisa? Yeah, and this is my last jump. This is it. So we're going to let into Florence. We're in an Italian residence. My heart is broken. I think I did that with a bit of a Scottish. Wrong place. Okay. I can't do Italian. I'm sorry. My heart is broken. My beautiful fountain has been destroyed.
Great effort, Mary. Great effort.
Okay. What am I to do? How can I complete her portrait with that frown on her face? Oh, and there he is. There's Leonardo gentleman is who we're looking at there. It looks like the culprit has destroyed the Mona Lisa's fountain. Oh, that's rude. If we repair it, maybe she'll smile again. Use your talk device to call your time agent. Let's get it fixed. All right. Here we are. Start that activity. Okay.
Down those stairs, Mary, and we're going to have to place glazed terracotta blocks at the bottom of Mona Lisa's fountain and start restoring it to its previous beauty. So if you close that and head on down those stairs.
Where's my stairs?
Straight ahead.
There, those guys?
Yep.
All right.
There's our little agent. There's our blue banshee just waiting patiently for us.
Yeah.
So, like I do every time I get into a new coding challenge, I press the letter C and let's see what we're working with.
You bet. Got it.
So
okay.
It looks like I'm pretty familiar with these blocks or with these lines of code, except for we have a new one. We have agent turn. So if agent turn left, and my guess is we have agent turn right. So
I think you're right.
Yep. And then the other ones I'm kind of familiar with already, which is great. So maybe we can go at a different speed today, even though, again, we want to make sure we got the quality over quantity, right? We want to make sure that we write our lines of code in a really good way and make it as easy as possible for us. So yeah, let's get our algorithm down.
Okay. So are we trying to add all the blocks around all this?
Yes, I think if you walk around on the other side, Mary, it ends right over there. So I think he's only destroyed half of it, which is super annoying, but at least he didn't destroy all of it.
Gotcha. Yeah. Okay.
So,
I understand.
So it looks like I've got I got to move forward one, and then I got to drop down, or I got to place down.
Yes.
So forward one, place down one, forward one, place down one. How many blocks do I have there? One.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 to go into there. Yeah.
All right. And then I'm going to have to turn left or right. I think I got to turn right.
You're turning right. Yep. Okay. All right, let me go there.
Let's head over there. And it looks like I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 again, right?
Yes. Yep. It is.
All right. And then I think we're done when we get there, but let's see. Let's press the letter C.
Let's do this. At least start it, eh?
Yep.
Okay.
And I do see, Mary, I've just written this down here again. And it looks like we have that repeat block, right? That forward and down. But let's put one in. Yeah, there we go. And let's go agent move forward by 1.
You betcha.
And agent place
down.
There we go.
Yeah.
All right. And then we're going to have to put that agent turn.
Right. Now, do we want to do this 5 times?
5 times. You're right.
Right.
5 times. You're right.
Okay. Okay. Do you want to see how that looks so far?
Yeah, let's see what it looks like.
Okay. I'm not sure where. Let me just come out for a second, and I'll make sure we can see it. Yep, I got it. Good. Oh, is he facing me now?
Yeah, looks like you've got it turned left. So let's turn them right.
Yeah. Okay. Sounds good.
Let's restart the activity. Yep.
Yeah.
And then get in there and let's turn them right. Now,
You betcha.
Mary, I'm going to show my screen again because I'm pretty proud of how organized I was and how much writing I've done here. Let me jump on that big screen here. There we go. Now, this is the writing. You can see that I've got the Mona Lisa and I've got all those organized 5 times. The repeat code looks like it's 5 times, and then I've got turn right. So let's do that repeat code one more time. But Mary, before you do that, ready for the trick? No, don't even do that. Ready for the trick? Ready for the trick? Go up to the first repeat code that you have there in our workspace.
Yes.
Right click, duplicate.
Oh, isn't that amazing? And shove it in. That's great. And so that's a great trick for all the students, right? Is that,
and you know what you could have done, Mary? You want to do that again? Let's delete that. Let's do a keyboard shortcut instead. Let's click on the code there at the top. Let's click on the repeat. Let's Control C for copy, Control V for paste. And
there it is too. Amazing.
Those options that really help speed things up for us, especially when we're running out a little bit of time. So let's press play, Mary. I think we got this one.
And I did start it over again, didn't I? Yes. Here he goes. Oh, look. It is beautiful. My beautiful fountain. It's been restored. Such beauty and delight, says Mona. Oh, and she's smiling again. Oh.
Perfect. So let's go find that button, Mary. I think the button, I got a feeling it's behind. I got a feeling it's behind that button. But students, you want to go on a little scavenger hunt, but Mary, I think it's going to be up there somewhere.
Are you spoiling this for me, Colter? Have you done this before? I'm know.
Sorry. I'm looking at our time, and I want to make sure that we get to recess.
I'm not. Oh, look, there it is, right there. Amazing. Perfect. No, you're absolutely right. For today, we need to roll. Okay. Oh, and I can already see we're right there. Oh, it didn't let me turn, but that's okay. I found the secret room. Take note of the time agents again. Oh, look at that. We've got Rascal and Gremlin. I think we know. Okay.
Yep.
Back we go. Yes, because we want them to be able to get their certificate as well, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
okay.
We want to know, were you able to complete the challenge? Did you complete the challenge? Let us know. Did you complete the Mona Lisa challenge? And if you didn't, it's okay. Pause this and come on back when you're ready.
You bet.
Okay. So, Mary, it's going to ask us.
I accidentally already hit Gremlin. I'm sorry. Yeah, I did. It was like, oh, it's Gremlin. It's Gremlin. And I hit it. I'm so sorry.
That's okay. That's okay. So let's close this off. Let's go say hi to Tara one last time. We got a few minutes just to explain what we do. So go close that. Run over to Tara, follow those breadcrumbs, those sparkly breadcrumbs.
Hi, Tara. Oh, and look, we're getting all of the agents are back, and we're going to put ours back in as well. So use your talk device to return your agent. So whatever agent you had today, talk. Oh, and there he is. Banshee's back in his blue box. All right, great work. We're finished with the time agents. Oh, Gremlin. Where did he go? There he is. Oh, it appears this agent was switched to villain mode. Oh, click. There we go. Now the time agent won't be causing any more issues. Good for you. Bye-bye. It's never too late to change and do the right thing. Thank you for your help. This is the best outcome we could have asked for, but not the only one. You can always try again and explore alternate outcomes as well. And Colter, you might want to talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, if you wanted to do this again, you can feel free to go back as soon as you complete it. If you you can close that, Mary, and now you can right click and you'll be able to replay. And if you right click, What actually happens, click on replay. It's going to give you that introduction again. So click on replay. And then it's going to give you that chance to choose what type of code you want. So maybe this time you choose Python or blocks, whatever you'd like, and we close it out. And then you can actually see on the left-hand side, you got some trophies there. You actually have a trophy case. So maybe when you have a second, go explore your trophy case. Go choose another time agent when you're ready, and you can start from the beginning again, but you don't have to do, the nice thing is if you're in the same world, you don't have to do the jazz band again to start off. You can choose, it opens up all 10 options for you. So you can choose whatever ones you want and go to all 10 of them at your own time and own pace. But we don't have time for that, unfortunately, today because we are all out of time. So we are so thankful that you are able to join us and work with us today. We want to know, how many challenges did you complete? Were you able to complete 3? Did you get 2? Did you get 5? Let us know in that form. How many did you complete? And then you can also follow that up with, what was your favorite time gap to fix? Mary, did you have a favorite time gap to fix?
Yes, I have to say, actually, I really enjoyed the dinosaur one there even today, but I loved the fountain. The fountain was beautiful, the Mona Lisa fountain.
I like the fountain because it kind of brought everything that we were working on together. It was really easy to put those repeat code in, and I like that. And I like that it just connected to what Stephen was talking about today a little bit, right?
I know, right? Yeah, absolutely. So do we want to just quickly show them where to get their certificate?
Yes. You know what, Mary? I thought I had that, but we don't. So let's show them. When you're done, you can press escape on your keyboard, the top left button that says ESC. You can click on I'm finished, and you can click on get certificate. And that will allow you to get your certificate. You can save it as a file and email it to yourself. You might be able to print it off. Teachers, let us know if you need some of these. We can send them out your way. But students, you've earned those, so make sure that you get them and save them for yourself. Put them in a little portfolio maybe, or collect them, and you'll see your progress as you go through all of your coding challenges. So thank you so much for being with us today. We love that you were able to code in Minecraft Education Edition with us. Thank you, teachers out there. Make sure, students, you thank your teachers, because if it wasn't for them, we wouldn't have been able to do this with you today. So thank you very much for being a part of our Timecraft and Computer Science Week. We hope that you join us again. We have a few more of these running all week with different guest speakers. So jump on and share all of your cool ideas and thoughts with us. And we hope to see you again soon.
Sounds good. Bye, everybody.
See you, everyone. Have a great day.